Okay, I'm ready. Sorry for the delay.
It says find equations of both tangent lines to the ellipse, x squared plus
You mean ellipse?
Yes, it's ellipse. You have to find two tangent lines for it. And the equation is x squared plus 7y squared equals 63, and it passes through the point 21, 3. What was confusing me about it was asking for two tangent lines, and I wasn't sure how to find that.
Okay. So, is this correct?
Yes, yes.
Oh, the point is not on the ellipse.
The tangent line passes through.
Okay, point. Got it. So assuming, 21, 3, let's say is this point, and let's say this is our ellipse. I just want to explain what this means. I'm not plotting the point, and I'm not graphing the ellipse. I'm just giving you the heads up of what's happening here, okay? So this is what we're talking about. So this is point P, this is our ellipse, and we are asked to determine the equations, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So that's why we have 2 points. But the point is not on the ellipse. The point is somewhere external to the ellipse. And from that point, we can draw 2 tangents to the ellipse. Okay? Good. So I'm going to denote this point by a, let's say, A comma B. And let's say I'm going to denote this point by B, let's say C comma D. Okay. So one more time, we are asked to find the equations of the tangents to the ellipse that pass through this point. Am I correct? Just to make sure that I understood the question correctly.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So first of all, let's just write this equation. I have the point P, which is 21, 3. So I know that the equation of this line, if I have the slope, will be 21 minus A, 3 minus B over 21 minus A. That will be the slope of this line. And at the same time, the slope of this line will be given by dy over dx evaluated at A comma B. Well, this is also M1. Let's stop and let me ask you if you understood what I just did. If it's not clear, I will explain again. So I sort of, which I don't, but I have 2 points. I can determine the slope of this line. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is this. But I also know that this is a tangent line to the graph of whatever this is. It's in this case, it's an ellipse, any function or non-function, doesn't matter. So knowing that, I know how to determine dy over dx over there. And if I replace x by a and y by b, I have to get the same number with the slope determined passing through these 2 points. Is everyone in the clear with that step?
Yes.
Okay, so let's find dy over dx. So I have 2x plus 14y dy over dx equals 0. Is this okay? Keeping in mind that the equation is x squared plus 7y squared equals 63. So 2x plus 14y dy over dx. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Good. So then dy over dx, I have to move 2x to the other side and simplify by 2. So it will be negative x divided by 7y. Is this okay?
Yes.
Okay. So in this equation, if you want, if I evaluate for x equals a and y equals b, I will get m1 to be negative a divided by 7b, which has to equal 3 minus b divided by 21 minus a. Is this understood?
Yes.
Now, also, as you see, we have two variables. I will never be able to, I shouldn't say never, but most of the time, I will not be able to solve an equation for two variables. I need a second variable. Can anyone tell us where do I get the second equation from? Anyone? It's right there in front of us.
Is it from the question?
From the?
Is it from the question?
Just tell me what to write, just to make sure I understood correctly.
X squared plus 7.
I don't have x here.
I mean a squared plus 7.
Awesome!
Squared.
Very good. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Who said that?
Isaac.
Thank you. Of course, I specifically presented the point here. A comma b. So the x and y of the point have to verify the equation of the ellipse. Excellent. Don't worry about the other one. We'll get back to it and you'll see what happens. Okay, so any suggestions on how to solve this? I don't have anything yet to do here. Wait a second, but how do I solve this? Any suggestions? Anyone? Anyone?
Do you solve for a or b?
Good, but what should I do first and what type of equation is it? Yes. I know when we get to calculus, if I get algebra, but please. Anyone?
Cross multiply?
Yes, of course, it's a proportion. I was just getting ready to do this. Exactly, that's why I had both markers in my hand. Of course, cross multiply, it's a proportion. Who said that?
Gabriel.
Thank you, of course. Okay, so let's cross multiply. I'll keep the negative with the top. So negative a, 21 minus a equals 7b, 3 minus b. And then I connect it with a squared plus 7b squared equals 63. Thank you for bringing this problem to class. Who was that? I forgot. Who brought it to class?
Me.
Jordan, very good. Awesome. We haven't finished, but is everyone with me? Mickey, Javon, Josh, Trey, Carson, Lindsay.
Yes.
Yay! My students are with me. What can be better than my students being with me? Okay, moving on. Okay, so I'm on page 2. I will distribute, so I don't know where I'm going with this yet. I have to organize it, solve for A or B, and put it back in here. So negative 21a plus a squared equals 21b minus 7b squared. So then I have a squared plus 7b squared. I don't really like this where I'm going. Let's see. So a squared plus 7b squared, that's correct, minus 21a and minus 21b equals 0. So I simplified, checking my work one more time. 21, that was minus. A squared is here, positive is here, minus and minus, okay. And then a squared plus 7b squared equals 63. Okay, that's fine. Almost there. So obviously this is quite nice. I'm going to replace this piece, of course, by 63. And I get that 63, and I will move these two to the other side. Equals 21 a minus b. And I'll simplify by 21. I'll divide by 21, and I get 3 equals a minus b. Okay, so this is really nice, but it doesn't give me... Okay, so then from here, if I say a equals b plus 3, okay, fine. And I thought I would be able to get rid of more stuff, but I can't. So that's fine. So I'm going to replace it here. So I have b plus 3, everything squared, plus 7b squared minus 63 equals 0. Okay, who will tell us how many terms will a binomial have? Can anyone square this binomial for us?
3 terms.
Okay, I'm ready. Can anyone give us those 3 terms?
B squared plus 6b plus 9.
Good, very good. Plus 7b squared. I saw that, Mickey. Thank you. Okay, so this is 8b squared plus 6b. And I think this is minus 50 what? 54?
4.
Yeah, okay. If I simplify by 2, I get 4b squared plus 3b minus 27. And I'm going to use the quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus b squared minus, but it's plus 4ac 16 times 27 divided by 16. I can share my screen, but this is just a quadratic formula. So negative 3 plus the square root of 9 plus 16 times 27 divided by 16. And I change to minus. Okay, so I got 2 solutions as expected, and you know why. X equals, no, not x, I'm sorry. We are solving for b. b, one b is 1.125 and the other b is negative 1.5. So let me find now a, and we have that a equals b plus 3. So here are our points, point A and point B. So this one is 1.125, this one is negative 1.5, and b plus this is 4.125, and 3 minus 1.5 is 1.5. So that's why I said do not worry about this. There is no point because we will come up with it. So the coordinates of this point are 4.125. You can change them into fractions if you want, depending on what Weber sign says. And this is 1.125. And this point, this one here, has x positive 1.5, but the y value negative 1.5. Very good problem. Thank you for bringing this to class. Any questions? Anyone?
So it's asking for the equation of the tangent line. So
Good.
Do you
So in order to find the equation, I have to find the slope.
do you do the y1 minus
Yes. So now with these points, thank you for reminding me. So now with these points, first I will find M1 and then M2. So this is the slope M1 and this is the slope M2. And then I will use y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1 for the points that I just determined. This will be with A, M1 will be with A, and M2 will be with B. And it's easier to replace them in here once I have X and A and B. So the slope will be with A will be A here and B here, and with B will be C here and D here. X comma Y. Is that good enough?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Other questions from me? Anything from anything?